Excited to be here crafting with you once again. I absolutely love Thursday morning. So this is my regular Thursday morning time now. I normally go regular live at 9 a.m. New South Wales time. So of course, being Queensland with daylight savings, it is now 8 a.m. in Queensland. So for the Queenslanders, I'm sorry, but it's super, super early for you. Or otherwise it was going to be an hour later for my New South Wales and other viewers. So I decided that I would just stick to the regular time. It just means I go earlier, live a little bit earlier than normal. So welcome to my YouTube channel or my Facebook page, wherever you are watching me. Now, this is being streamed live into several different places. So if you don't understand why you can see comments or why you can't see comments, how's Kayla? Crikey, woman, go back to bed. I know, I've been up for a while. I don't think my cat actually knows that it's not daylight savings up here in Queensland. He is obviously, his time clock is used to New South Wales time, and he is running around the house at 4:15 in the morning. So blame my cat. That's the person you can blame, because he is the one that wakes me up early of the morning. But you know what? That's totally okay, because it doesn't matter. I'm up and I'm crafting. And what a great way to start the day, to be actually jumping into crafting nice and early. So if this is the first time that you've watched me, my name is Donna Gray and I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator, and I live in the scenic rim in Queensland. Now, what that means is I demonstrate our Stampin' Up products. So Stampin' Up is a crafting company. We sell all types of cardstock, stamps, dies, inks, ribbons, embellishments, patterned paper, just about everything that you need for your crafting habit. Now, if you're brand new to crafting, you want to watch this video, because I am going to do some quick, easy Christmas cards using stamp and inks. So that's all I'm going to be using is Stampin' inks and cardstock. So Jenny says, try having 2 8-month-old kittens. They take turns jumping. Exactly. Well, I can tell you that my Theo, when he is saying, get up, he normally comes right up to your face in the bed and like looks at you, just as much to say, are you awake? And all that, he jumps up on the bed right near your head, jumps up on the bed and then jumps over you and then runs off, just as much to say, well, it's time to get up, everybody. So you know what, it's okay, because I'm up and I'm crafting. So it's super fun. All right, so I'm going to use 4 different bundles today, and this is actually a Christmas card class. So what I'm actually doing is something a little bit different. Hey Emma, how you going? Something a little bit different. Anyone that places an order with me from now until the end of October, so the 31st of October 2022, you will get all of the card kit supplies for the cards that I make today. So however many cards we get through, I'm going to cut some kits and I'm going to send them out to anyone that places an order over $50 or more using the host code. Now, the host code is in the description of this video. It's also down in the show more box down below on YouTube. So if you are wanting, if you love these cards and fall in love with them, even if you're brand new to crafting, it is a really, really great way of getting a kit absolutely free sent out to you if you place an order of $50 or more using the host code. So you must use that host code in the description down below in YouTube and also in the description of the video on Facebook. If you don't use the host code, I don't know that you want the kit for today's class. Okay, so it is going to be simple, quick, easy crafting, and I'm just going to use stamp, ink, and paper. That is it. All right. So I'm just going to pop the camera down, and I just want to tell you a few things that we have going on in my Stampin' Up business at the moment, and just things that you need to know. So first of all, we have the starter kit special. Now, the starter kit special is ending on the 31st of October. Now, this is a great way. If you are brand new to crafting, or if you're a casual crafter, or if you're an avid crafter, it is a great special to get. And not often do Stampin' Up actually sweeten the deal, but they have sweetened the deal just for this month only. So normally you would get $235 worth of product that you choose yourself and pay $169. But for this month only, they've added an extra $48 worth of of product. So you're able to choose $283 worth of product and get it at $169. So it's a really, really super awesome deal. Now, if you're interested in getting a 20% discount, you're going to get a 20% discount wholly and solely, no matter what you spend, until the end of April 2023. That's a pretty awesome deal. And you get to be a part of my crafty community. So if you're interested in getting some craft supplies, if you're brand new to crafting and you don't know what to get, then I'm happy to guide you. And I can tell you the starter kit is the way to go, because you actually have me in your back pocket to help you with your crafting. So if you love what I do and you want to be a part of my crafty community, if you live in Australia, I would love to invite you to our Wild Heart Crafters team. So that special is on until the 31st of October. So there's only days left, people, to get that special. Okay, so our Sweet Delicious Fun Folder, and I see Rose is on here. Stamper's Delight is on here at the moment. Rose Ward from New York and myself. Rose is Stamper's Delight, and I'm Stamping with DonnaG. We do a Sweet Delicious Fun Fold Club, and we are super excited to be doing the fitting florets next month for November. So registrations are open now. The link is in the show more information box down below on YouTube. It's also in the description of this video. It costs $70 here in Australia, and you will need the fitting florets bundle, so both stamp sets and the dies to complete this class. You will also need some of the in-color glimmer paper we have actually used with the fun folds as well for next month. So, but those all can be added at the time of registration. You'll see that there's other added things that you can actually add on at the time of registration. So don't panic if you think, oh my God, I want to get that stamp set or I want to get the dies. Please don't panic, because it is there all in the registration. You can choose what you want to purchase at time of registration. But for the $70, you're going to get the designer series paper. You're going to get some of these gorgeous, gorgeous gold adhesive back swirls, which are absolutely stunning. You're going to get a full pack of those. You're going to get a full pack of the designer series paper, and you're going to get a roll of our polished pink open weave ribbon for $70. Plus you get access to our fun fold videos. Now we are actually doing it a little bit different, because we have had people that have decided that they aren't on Facebook. So we were doing it in a Facebook group, and we will still have that Facebook group, but we will be doing unlisted YouTube videos as well. So if you're interested in purchasing from Rose in the US for $50 US, or from myself for $70 US, we will be emailing the people that register. We will be emailing you the link to the video. Okay. Now we will sell the video worldwide to people outside of the US and outside of Australia only. Okay. So you will be able to order the video tutorial outside of both of those buying areas. All right, so that is on for November, so that's super fun. Now I've got two more classes that I'm bringing in November. One is the Decorated with Happiness class. Now this is actually going to be my in-person coffee and card class at the end of November. I'm also going to do an extra one in November as well. So I'm going to do 2 coffee and card classes. Now, if you live in the Scenic Rim, or you live in Brisbane, or you live in Gold Coast, it is $35 to attend this class. You get to make 6 cards. You get designer series paper, ribbon, embellishments, cardstock, everything you need, and a PDF tutorial showing you how to make your 6 cards. The only thing you will need is the stamp set and die set. Now, if you don't have the stamp and die set, if you come in person, then I will have one set that can be shared between however many people are here. If you actually order this class online, because I have an online version as well, the online version is $45. So you will get the kit sent out to you, but you will need your own inks. You will need the bundle to be able to complete the coffee and card classes. But you get 6 cards, and this is going to be the last Friday of November. But I'm also doing an extra one on the second last Friday in November. I'm doing the Handmade Wishes project class. Now, this one is super cute. This one's got some cards, but it also has a little gift box and a little gift bag as well. So I've got 2 classes that I will be running. This one will be $35 in person, and it will be $45 online, but you will need the Handmade Wishes bundle. So the Handmade Wishes bundle has a stamp set, and it also has the tag, the punch that goes with it as well. So they are 2 classes that I will be doing in November. So super, super fun. And it will be able to get you to get a lot of your Christmas crafting all underway. And as I said, November, by the end of November, we'll be wanting to send out all of our Christmas cards. But this one is really great because it's good for gift giving as well. Okay, so we have 2 classes happening in November. I also have my wreath class happening in November. I don't have a flyer for it, but it's an in-person class only. So I do apologize. And I know that people have messaged me and people want to join it as an online class, and I physically cannot send it as an online class because it has a shadow box frame and the glass gets broken. And you want to ask me why I know that? I have experienced that I sent it out to people, no matter how well I wrapped it, it still got broken. So I do apologize, but it is out of my control. So it's just an in-person class. All right, so let's start with our simple stamping. So what I've actually done, one of the things when it comes to crafting and wanting to be able to craft quickly is making sure that you've got your supplies all ready to go and making sure that you've got card bases and layers cut. So one of my tips, my handy tips about crafting with multiples and being able to create quickly is making sure that you've got your card bases and layers done. So what I actually do is I have a regular card base size that I have, and I also have regular layer sizes. So you can see here what I've actually done. I've actually got a combination of a few different colors here. And I've also got some white layers. Now, you'll see here, if you look at these layers, can you see that this one is a little bit smaller than the other one? So I've actually done layers for the insides of my cards and layers for the front of my cards. So I'm all ready to go crafting, and we're going to whip up a storm with 4 different bundles this morning. All right. So the first card that I'm going to make, and I've decided that I was just going to go with white card bases because I just thought that was easier to do white card bases. It's just so much easier along the way to do that. So I'm just going to fold that card base in half and burnish it with my bone folder. So we're going to fold in half and burnish. Okay. So then I'm actually going to take one of my front layers. So this is the front layer that I wanted to take. So I'm going to use a pierce mat because of my desk and how my desk actually has a pattern on it. So I choose not to stamp on that because you actually get the pattern and it doesn't stamp clearly. So I'm going to use a nice pierce mat. So I'm just going to take the large snowflake out of this set. It's got a medium snowflake and a smaller snowflake. So I'm just going to take the 3. Actually, it's got 4 snowflakes. So I'm gonna do the whole 4 because I can. All right. So we've got that. All right. So what we're going to do is I'm going to use polished pink and smoky slate for my color scheme for the first one. So I'm going to start with polished pink. And I do actually need a scrap piece of paper just to protect my pierce mat. So if I stamp off, I'm not going to put ink all over my pierce mat. Okay, so we're just going to, with some polished pink, I'm going to stamp really quickly in the middle of that. So we've got a polished pink snowflake. Then I'm going to open up my smoky slate and I'm going to ink up with smoky slate. And I'm going to do one just there and one just there. Okay, I'm then going to take my polished pink again with the next smallest one down, and I'm going to do one there off the page and one there off the page. Okay, and then we have this cute little stamp. This is a tiny little snowflake. So I'm actually just going to randomly stamp those in polished pink, just around the place. Maybe there, and maybe one up there, and maybe a couple there. So you can see really, really simple, easy stamping there. Then I'm actually going to take the sentiment. Let me see, is that one going to fit? It is. I'm going to take that sentiment and pop it down on the bottom with my smoky slate. And I'm just going to stamp that just down there at the bottom. Okay, now for that's the front of the card. Done. Simple. And then I'm going to take an insert for the card. So I'm just going to grab one of those. And for the insert, I'm just going to do a little combination like that. So I'm going to take the large stamp and we'll stamp that in the corner. And I'm going to take that grey one there. And of course, the little tiny one. We'll stamp a couple of those around. Okay. So there we have easy, simple stamping. Now when we actually pop this together, you're going to see how gorgeous this card looks and how easy it was. So please type into the comments if you have any questions at all. Please, by all means, type into the comments and let me know. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have. So now, because I've got that layer that little bit smaller, we're going to add a little hint of color on the front. So I'm just going to take liquid glue because liquid glue is my glue of choice because we get that wiggle room. So we're able to move it around on our cardstock and get a really nice even border. So you can see here, I've only used stamps, inks, and paper. All right, so I'm just going to add that onto the front of the card. Now, we could pop this up and add it a little bit more dimension and pop a little bit of ribbon on it, but I wanted to do simple, quick, easy stamping for you. You love the pink and grey together, Winnie? Yeah, it's really cute, isn't it? Okay, now there you go. There is our first card. Now, how quick and easy was that card and how stunning does that look? So really, really quick, easy stamping. All right. So let's move on to our next card. I'm just going to clean up in between so I don't end up getting too out of control here with all of my things. So I'm going to use the Stampin' Scrub, and this is another hint. When you're doing a fair bit of crafting, a stamping scrub is great because it cleans off your stamps really, really well. It's quick and easy to use, and it also conditions your stamps. So if you're using the Stampin' Mist that goes with our Stampin' Scrub, and we sell these in the online store, but it's actually a really, really good, easy way of cleaning your stamps. And you can see we've got a really good, clean set of stamps there. Okay, so I'm just going to pop those back into my stamp set so that I don't lose them because, like all of us, we don't want to lose any of our precious stamps. Okay, and there we have it, and we are ready to go for the next one. So how quick was that, people? That was awesome, wasn't it? Pretty quick and pretty easy. All right, so let's move on to the next stamp set. So the next stamp set I want to use is Decorated with Happiness. So this is a really cute, quirky stamp set, and it's got some great images, and it's a little bit cartoony. So for people that aren't real, like that you've just started stamping and you're really worried about whether it's neat or not, this is the stamp set that you can use because it doesn't have to look neat. So it's really, really awesome. So once again, I'm going to use my white card base again. I'm going to fold that in half. Now, the reason why I'm using white card base is too, it is simple. We sell white thick card base. So it's a really simple, quick, easy way of being able to craft and just add a hint of color when you need it. Okay, I'm just looking here. What have I done with my white layers here? Okay, I've mucked them up. All right, so that one's one for the insert and that one's one for the top. Okay, so I'm just going to pop the insert one. That's another hint. I always pop the insert one inside so I know that I've got the right one on the inside. So we're going to start with this one here. So once again, we're going to bring in our pierce mat with our scrap bit of paper. Now this stamp is a little bit on the larger side, the little leafy stamp, so or the pine prongs, whatever you want to call it. But it is a really, really awesome set. So these stamps are designed to give that watercolor look. So it's a great stamp to be able to create really easy looking crafting. Okay, so we've got that one, and then we've got the shadow. So they watercolor shadow sort of stamps. So that's what makes the easiness when it comes to this stamp. Okay, so with this one, I thought what I would do is use a little bit of Pear Pizzazz as I'm going to use some shaded spruce as well. Where have I got my shaded spruce? Oh, surely it's here. There it is. Okay. So I'm going to use shaded spruce for the detailed part of this pine tree, and then I'm going to use Pear Pizzazz for the color over the top. So as you can see, this is a fairly large stamp, but what we're actually going to do is we're going to stamp it coming in from the side of our cardstock. So we're going to stamp, and I need to ink it up properly. Okay, so we're going to stamp this coming in. I'm actually going to stamp one over there. Okay. Oh, and I didn't stamp it. I always I always struggle with this big stamp. So the beauty of it is we have two sides of cardstock, and I have my pierce mat under here, so I should be able to. You just got to make sure you stamp down. So Stamparatus is really good if you have issues with stamping, but I just need to push it down. Okay. So even just let it take hold there on the cardstock so you get a good stamped image. I'm then going to ink that up again. So sometimes when we've got a big stamp, can you see how I've got ink all over it here? So sometimes when you've got a big stamp, just take your ink pad to the stamp. So pop your stamp over on its back like that and take the ink pad to your stamp. So I'm actually going to stamp this one here like this because I wanted a fair bit of those pine boughs to be coming in through there. Okay, so we've got that happening. And then I'm going to take my Pear Pizzazz, and the Pear Pizzazz will then go over and give us a nice colouring to our leaves. And because we've done the detailed part first, we can then stamp over the top, and you can see there. Now, I can actually stamp off. If I want the other piece to have a bit less colour, I can stamp off and stamp on over the top of that one, and I get a lighter look. So we've got a bit of a variegated look when it comes to our stamping. Okay, so then we've got some really cute little emblems, and I'm going to clean up that stamp and put it away so I don't get it all over me. We'll just clean it up anyway because there's too much ink on it. Okay, so we've got that. Now, I'm going to grab out some of these cute little ornaments. I said emblems, but I meant ornaments. And they are super, super cute. And they have some really, really cute little colouring bits that we can use with them. So I've got that one, got that one. Okay, do that one. Do like that. That. And then they've got some bits that go with them that you can colour. So they are super, super fun. That one. And then we're going to do the cute little pieces that go with them. And I'll just explain when I go to use these, which pieces go with which stamp. That one, and then there's this little one. Okay. So now with this, I'm going to use something, some different bright colours. So once again, we're still using stamp inks and paper. So I'm going to use, what colour will I use for that one? We might use polished pink for that one. And we might do a little bit of the smoky slate over the top. So it can be a polished pink one. So we're going to ink up that one and we're going to hang that little ornament from there. I'm making simple stamping look awfully hard, aren't I? There you go. Now, the little one that goes with that is the little narrow one. So out of these 3 pieces, you can see they gradually get bigger. We've got little, medium, and big. So out of the little one, I'm going to use the smoky slate, but I'm going to stamp off because I don't want it to be really obvious. So if I did that one on it, it would be a little bit obvious. So I'm going to stamp off and then stamp on. And you randomly just stamp over the top. So it just gives that little bit of color. All right, so I'm going to use, I think, Bermuda Bay for the next one. So let's ink up this one in Bermuda Bay. So we'll pop that one there. Okay, now that one is the larger one. So I'm actually going to use polished pink on that as the nice little shaded bit. So I'm going to stamp off and then stamp on. So you can see there, it gives us that nice watercolor look. And then I'm going to use the third one. I think I'm going to do that one in maybe Night of Navy. Got ink pads out here everywhere. So we'll do Night of Navy and we'll pop this one coming down from there. So Night of Navy. And then I think I might do Bermuda Bay over the top of that one. So I'm just going to ink up the Bermuda Bay. So this is the medium shaded one. Ink it up, stamp it off, and stamp over the top. So can you see that we've got that nice watercolor look happening? And it's simple and quick and easy. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're just going to take a sentiment from this stamp set. And I think I'm just going to take the Christmas greetings. And we will ink that one up. And I'm going to do that one in, I think, Night of Navy down in the corner. Christmas greetings, and we'll do that just down there. Now, can you see here that I've got a bit of a smudge there? So I actually obviously had a little bit of ink on my fingers. So I'm actually going to take the little star stamp in this one, and I'm going to stamp some little stars around the place. There it is there. And anytime that you've got a smudge, if there's a stamp in the stamp set that you can use to cover up those little imperfections, then you can go right ahead and do that. So I'm just going to do that in, I think I'm going to do shaded spruce, seeing it's shaded spruce that I've put there. So I'm just going to do that and maybe some down through there. And maybe another couple just up through there, and no one would ever know that I smudged that there. So never ever fear that just because you've made a little bit of a smudge on your card that you've ruined it, because as you can see, I've just stamped over the top and people would hardly even recognize that that has actually happened. So I'm just going to get rid of all of those ink pads out of the way. Okay. And then we're going to pop that card together. And the do is do the insert. So I'm just going to, with my liquid glue, I'm just reading there what was, Anne Bolt said, hello, good night from Holland. Okay, good morning from halfway across the Nullarbor heading home. I just did see that, Jill. Hello. So there we have that one there. Okay. So now for our insert, I'm just going to grab the insert, and I think I'm just going to do another little, a bit of a branch. We've got a smaller branch in here. So I'm just going to take that smaller little pine needle branch, this one here, and I'm going to do that one in shaded spruce. So So with the little pine needle, we can actually do some great fun stamping that we can add some little pine branches going wherever we want them to go. Okay, I think that's pretty good. And then I'm actually going to take one of those cute little ornaments, and I think I might take the Night of Navy one that I did. We'll do that one. Night of Navy. Ink that up, and I'm going to hang a cute little ornament there. And then, of course, we use the largest one out of those, which is that one. And we might do polished pink on that one. So let's go polished pink, stamp off, and then stamp on. And there we have our insert for our card. So now we're just going to pop those together, and that's our second card done and dusted. So, I mean, I've been live for what, half an hour, and we've made 2 quick cards, plus I did the chat. So let's just pop that on the inside of the card. So remember, if you are interested in getting all of the cardstock pieces all cut and ready to go for this class free of charge, all you need to do is place an order with me for over $50 using the host code before the end of October. So before the 30th of October, 2022, if you're watching this. All right. And I will send you a card kit with all of the supplies to make the cards. So all you will need is some stamps and some ink, and you'll be able to create some of these cards. Okay, so that is our second card. So I'm now going to once again clean up so that we can move on to our third card. Okay, so Stampin' Scrub again, and photopolymer stamps clean really, really nicely with our Stampin' Scrub as well. And I find the beauty of the Stampin' Scrub is you can pop it on your desk and you can clean your stamps in minutes, like absolutely easy as. And this is what I normally do when I'm finished. And I always suggest to people, when you're crafting, if you clean up in between one card to the next card, you'll find that your mind is a lot clearer, and you will actually create a lot better if you're not creating in chaos. Now, does anyone agree with me? When you've got a big mess everywhere in your craft room, isn't it really hard to concentrate and work out what you actually want to craft and do? Because you end up with no room anywhere to put anything. So one of my quick crafty tips is to try and clean up in between, and also pop your stamps back into the stamp set. So our stamp sets are designed that we have these pictures that show us exactly where our stamps have to go when we put them back into the packet, so we know if we've lost a stamp. So it can be a very scary thing when you go to put stamps away and you think, there's one missing, where is it? But this is a really, really great way of storing your stamps. And as you can see, I have dies that go with these stamp sets, and I'm not using them today, but I do have dies that go with these stamp sets that will cut out these shapes. And if you wanted to step up any of these cards, my suggestion would be just to stamp the images and cut them out with the matching dies, and then pop them up on dimensionals, and you will find that you will get a totally different look and a very nice step-up version of what I've done. Okay, so I'm cleaned up and ready to go for my third card. So that was the Decorated with Happiness bundle of stamps. The next one we're going to go to is our Leaves of Holly. Now, I just want to show you this. We had our team meeting last night. So when I said about joining our team and being a part of a crafty community, we hang out once a month. We have a team meeting, and we chat. We do it via Zoom. We stream it into the Facebook group as well. And it's a really, really fun thing that we do, getting together. And I'm actually doing an in-person one this Sunday with the people that are local to me. But I just want to show the awesome cards, and I want to have a shout out to Fran Bull, who is on here. She was on here watching. I don't know whether she's still here. These are the cards that we created using this gorgeous stamp set last night. So I just want to show you how you can do, actually, no, I'm going to show you after we've done our card. I'll show you after we've done our card because I want to show you some stepped up versions using this beautiful bundle of products. So we've got the Leaves of Holly stamp set. So I'm going to grab that. I'm going to grab a front and an insert, and I will make a decision of what color layer I'm going to pop in underneath when I'm finished. All right, so I'm going to grab my piece mat again. So I'll fold my card base in half for a start. Now I do the same size card base all the time, so it's very, very easy. I know exactly what my layers are going to be, and it makes it really good for easy crafting when you do the same size cards all the time. And plus they fit into our regular envelopes, so they're really, really good as far as making sure that they're going to fit exactly where we need them to go. All right, so I'm going to grab my scrap piece of paper again. Now this is another two-stage stamp, so I'm actually going to use Evening Evergreen and Soft Succulent, and I'm also going to use probably some Real Red for this one. All right, so this one has a set of, so it's got some beautiful dies that go with it, so we can cut out some dies, and you'll see on some of the cards that I show you that even just with the die cuts you can get a really, really good, beautiful, stunning card. So I'm just going to take the smallest holly leaf, because they are quite big, these holly leaves. I was actually discussing that last night in my team meeting about how big the leaves are in this. It's sort of like we needed a smaller one, like one step down again, because there's a large one and a smaller one, but it was like we really needed to step it down one more time. But anyway, all right, so I'm actually going to use, for the detailed part of this leaf, I'm going to use the Evening Evergreen. Now we have a solid stamp and we have a detailed stamp. So I'm going to use the detailed stamp to start off with. And I'm going to make a really, really cute, quick, easy Christmas card with this. Okay. All right, so I'm going to come down through the top here. So I'm going to do the detailed dark piece first. Now, there's a reason why I choose to do that detailed dark piece first. Okay, so we're going to do that. Okay, so we've got 3 leaves stamped there, and then I'm going to do a leaf going up through there and another one there. That's it, just like that. Now we're going to take the soft succulent. Now I've got to make my decision of whether I want to do soft succulent full strength or soft succulent half strength. Well, we'll look at the half strength first. So I'm going to stamp off and stamp on. Now, because we've got the detail, oh, I think I like the half strength. Okay, so because I've got the detailed part, it's really easy for me to stamp that solid part over the top. So it's much easier to line up than when you're doing it the other way around, because when that light stamped image is there, when you're trying to look through your stamp, it's actually quite hard to line it up. All right, so I'm just going to turn this one around. I'm going to stamp off and I'm going to line that up. And once again, if you're brand new to stamping, you don't physically have to worry about how particular you are at lining it up. Here you can see I've got my leaf off to the side. I haven't really lined it up that well, but it still looks okay. So, so please don't be thinking that you have to be a perfectionist when it comes to handmade cards, because it's supposed to be easy, fun crafting. Okay, so we've got that. Then I'm going to take my Real Red, and there's some cute little berries in this, and you'll see my berries are really, really red because I've been using these berries a lot. But it's a really, really cute stamp, and of course you have to have real red berries when it comes to holly leaves. So we're going to stamp some just down here in the corner, so it's going to bring a little bit of red in here, and I'm going to stamp a couple of them in around through here. Okay, so we've got some gorgeous holly leaves there. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to take one of those sentiment stamps, and I think I'm just going to do Christmas wishes, and I'm going to do that one in Evening Evergreen. Hey Susan, how you going? Welcome. You love this stamp set, Chrissy? I know, it's so cute, isn't it? And it's really Christmassy, like it's very Christmas orientated. So we've got Christmas wishes there. Then I'm actually going to take my insert because we want to stamp some on that insert as well. So while we've still got all of those out, so I'm going to ink up my Evening Evergreen leaf, which is that one there. And I'm just going to do one little leaf here. So I'm going to do very similar to what we've done on the front, but just tone it down a little bit. So I'm going to do one there and another one there. So not quite as many. So just tone down a little bit so it's not so much. Grab my real red and ink up those berries again. And we'll do one just there and one lot just peeking in through there. And then we'll grab another sentiment. To Friends Near and Far, I think is quite cute. I think that one's it. Yep. And grab a block. Okay, and I'm going to do that in real red because I've done the other in Evening Evergreen. I'm going to change it up and do it in real red, and I'm going to do To Friends Near and Far. Okay, so stamping all done. And now we'll pop that together. Now the question is, do I want to do shaded spruce in behind or do I want to do real red? So you can vote in the comments now. Which color do you think? Shaded spruce in behind or real red in behind? Tell me which color. Shaded spruce or real red? I'll clean off my stamps while I'm waiting for you to comment in there. So once again, this is a card plus. So I'm running this live video a little bit different to what I normally do. So for anyone that places an order of $50 or more through my online store by the end of October, so 30th of October 2022, you have to order $50 or more. And use the host code, the shopping link that's down in the show more box down below, or in the description of this video, and I will send you a card kit to make all of these cards. I've got, okay, what have I got? Red, 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 red. Okay, looks like red's the winner. One for shaded spruce. Sorry, Donna and Doris. All right, so we're going to use the real red. Okay, and I was going to say just lost my glue. So we'll do some real red. Now also too, you could bling these up with a little just basic rhinestones. So you don't actually have to have a lot of supplies to be able to make some quick Christmas cards. So work out your mind, get a stamp set that you think you absolutely love. You know, I mean, this Leaves of Holly stamp set, I think is very traditional and very Christmassy. And I think you could make some really, really awesome cards with this stamp set. So you would only need to purchase the stamp set, some red and green ink, and you are good to go. So minimal supply. So if you're brand new to stamping, you would just need a block, and you can use a larger block and put smaller stamps on a larger block. You just can't put larger stamps on a smaller block. So you could use a block. This size block is a really good size. This is size D. So it's a very good size, and it's probably one of the blocks that I use the most. So there you go, Christmas card number 3. And we have been going for 45 minutes. So 10-15 minutes per card. I just want to bring in these cards that Fran actually designed. So this is what we did in our team meeting last night. So you can see here, you can do some gorgeous stepped up versions of these cards. So Fran designed these cards for our team meeting, and we got together via a Zoom call. And then when we're in person this weekend, we will actually be doing these cards in person as well this weekend. So you can see 4 beautiful cards that Fran has designed using the bundle. So using the die cuts, using the stamps, but you can see so much more that you can do with this stamp set. So it's absolutely a stunning stamp set, I must say. All right, so let's pop those stamps away while you admire those gorgeous cards that Fran did, and I'll pop that other one in there that we just did then. I'll just pop my stamps away, and we will bring in the last final stamp set that I will be using today. And it's one of my faves as well. It's the Christmas banner stamp set. So now the Christmas banner stamp set is what we're actually using in our in-person coffee and card class, which is going to be happening tomorrow. So I'm super excited. I love actually getting together and crafting with people, but I actually did do it as an online version as well. So I have had people that have ordered the online version, and what you get for the online version, you will need your own bundle and you will also need your own inks, but you will get everything in the card kit to be able to create the 6 cards. So coffee and card class, we do 6 cards. So in person is 35 and online is 45. So it's a really, really great, very talented Fran. I know she was very talented, and Robin was with us last night. So yeah, so she did a very good job of designing it. And what we do is each month we're taking it in turns, and my team member actually gets sent the stamp set. So I buy the stamp set for them and send it to them, and they design 4 cards for our team meeting. So it's super fun, and it's a great way to participate and have a good time in our team meeting. All right, so let's move on to our last final card. So our last final card, we're going to use the gorgeous Christmas banners stamp set. Now this has got some really great, nice little leafy images. So you can do so much with a really cute leafy image like this. And it's so easy to be able to do some great stamping. So once again, I'm going to bring in a white card base. I'm going to bring in a layer for the insert and a layer for the front, and we will work out what color we're actually going to use as the layer behind when we actually get it done. All right, so I'm going to fold my card base in half like so and burnish it with my bone folder. And the reason I burnish it with the bone folder is to get a really nice, good, even crease on my card. And then I'm going to pop that insert inside so I know that that's my insert. Now this is the front piece that we're going to be stamping with once again. Okay, now I'm actually going to stamp the banner first of all, because that's one of the things. I'm using Stampin' paper, so I'm not actually doing any die cutting or anything like that. Now this, if you wanted to do a stepped up version, I would stamp the banner and cut the banner out, because you can actually cut the banner out with this one. But I'm actually going to turn it up that way, and I'm going to use this banner stamp here. So we have words that we can stamp into the banner. So I'm going to, and this is, okay, I'm going to grab a block. Okay. All right. So for my banner, I'm actually going to, which way do I want to use it? I want to use it that way. Okay. No, don't think it really matters. All right. So I'm going to ink that up with, I think, some shaded spruce, because we want that banner to look a little bit obvious in there. So I'm going to ink that up with shaded spruce. Now it's a brand new stamp set, so I need to do my smoosh technique, because I like to get a nice, good, crisp stamped image. All right, so we're going to stamp that banner right smack bang in the middle of our cardstock. Okay, so we've got a really, really cute, lovely banner. Now, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take these cute little foliage pieces and we're going to play around a little bit with the foliage stamps. So I'll mount them all up onto some blocks. So we have that. We have a little pine needle stamp. We have another little pine needle. Oh no, that's one that you can put some berries on. That's correct. We can pop some berries on that. So I'm going to grab that. I'm nearly sure we can pop. Yes, we can. So I'm going to grab that and pop that on there. Okay, we also have some more leafy foliage. So with these, I just play around and have a great time when it comes to having multiple stamps like this. It's really, really great to have lots and lots of little foliage stamps. You can do so much with them. Okay, like that. All right, let's get stamping now with these. So what I'm actually going to do is I want to create some foliage coming out of this gorgeous banner that we have. And I'm going to use a couple of different colors. I'm going to use Pear Pizzazz. I'm also going to use Shaded Spruce. I want to use a little bit of maybe some Old Olive. No, Mossy Meadow we might use. And I want to add some color into it as well. So I'm not going to just do greens. I'm going to add some other colors into it as well. All right, so first of all, I'm going to use Mossy Meadow. So I'm going to do that. Now with this, I actually didn't want to, I don't want to actually like color right down to the bottom. I want those leaves, like the ink, to come from just the leaves. So I don't actually want this stem because I want to be able to stamp it like it's coming out of there. Okay, so when we ink up, we're only going to ink just to the bottom of those leaves so that we can have that peeking out. Okay, so peeking out from underneath there. All right, so I'm actually going to stamp that again without re-inking, just to add a little extra difference to that foliage. Okay, so you can see without re-inking, although I did get a mark there, I shouldn't have probably done that, but it's all good. All right, so we've done that one. I'm then going to use Shaded Spruce, I think, with this pine needle one. And same thing, I'm just going to ink up just down to the bottom of, can you see there? So just the bottom of that, so that we can have that coming out from here as well. So we might actually have that coming out of about there. Okay, so it's a little bit like we're masking off, but we're not actually masking. We're just inking it up and doing it that way. Okay, so I don't mind one coming out from here. And we did get a little bit there because I did do it a little bit too high, but it will look okay. Let's ink up another one. And I think I can have that one coming out from there. Okay, so you can see I'm getting really good stamped images and creating a really nice background look. Okay, so let's grab, we might do this one in, are you ready for it? Night of Navy, just to be something different. Okay, so I'm going to ink that up in Night of Navy. Now I am actually going to use, I'm using the whole stem there because I actually want this to sit up and out a little bit more than the rest. So I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to pop one maybe just here. You're probably thinking, where in the world is she going with this? And I think I want to pop one coming out of, maybe just here. Okay, so this actually has some little berries that go with it. So I'm just going to ink those up in real red. And we're going to pop some little berries on that stem, like that. So see, that's where I was going. I know you were thinking, what is she doing? But it has some cute little berries. And with this type of crafting, like honestly, you just keep adding until you get the look that you want. Okay. I want to do a couple more of those nice little pine needle bits in the shaded spruce. I'm going to ink that up again with shaded spruce because I want to put some more coming out through here. So once again, I've only inked up part of it, so I haven't inked up that stem part. So, and it's just a case of getting it on the edge of your ink pad and being able to ink that up. So we've got some coming out there. I think I need some just up here. Do I want to do that? Yeah, I will. Why not? That looks pretty cute. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go back through with my Mossy Meadow again and add a few more of these. Okay. Whoop, and I inked it all up. Okay, so let's go Mossy Meadow again, just inking up just to that edge. I'm just wiping it off with my finger and hopefully most of it's come off. That and that. Not bad. All right, I think that's pretty good. So now I'm actually going to just grab a sentiment to pop in the middle. So let's see what we can pop in there. We can do 'Tis the Season just for you. Or just for you, 'tis the season. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, so they are designed to go in those. So I'm just going to grab those two stamps out. Now, I know that I said quick, easy cards, and I know that I'm probably taking a fair bit longer, but I do like to be able to explain things as I go. I'm going to go in Real Red just for you. And 'Tis the Season. Now, I could have done this in two different colors, but I think the Real Red and that looks quite good. All right, so there you have the front again. A quick, easy card once again. So we will now do an insert. So for our insert, let's take that one out of the way. I have so much ink here, I'm a bit worried that I'm going to get ink all over me. Now for this one, I'm going to do same thing, but I can actually ink up. I'm just going to add a little border using these stamps. And it doesn't matter about inking up the stem because I'm just inking off the page, so it's all good. I'm going to use some Mossy Meadow. And I'm going to restamp those ones without re-inking. I'm going to use the Night of Navy once again to add some of these cute little flowers in here. Maybe one over there. We'll grab our Real Red, pop the berries in. Oh, I called them flowers, I meant berries. But you can see that this is showcasing quite a lot of our Christmas stamps. And I'm just going to add some more greenery in amongst here just to spark that up a little bit. Okay. Oh, and have you seen what I've done? I've just realized what I've done. My card's going to go portrait style and I've just stamped across that way. So let's grab another insert and we will do that a little bit better than what I just did. So let's do that again. Well, I get to show you again how I did that. All right, so we're going to do it this way this time. Has anyone ever done that? I'm sure some of you have. Easily done that. Okay, Night of Navy. Red berries. I can't believe I just did that. Well, I can believe it because I did just do it. I thought about that when I looked at it, and I thought, now which way did I do that card? Oh my God, I did it portrait. There. And there. And then I'll bring in that Mossy Meadow one. And we will go. I'm just going to stamp off. Okay, and there we have. You've done it with wording. I know, Margaret. It's such an easy mistake to make, isn't it? So easy to do. But you know what? I could probably turn that one. You know what? I'm not going to waste it. I'm going to turn it into a Christmas card. Are you ready? So I'm going to add one more card, because I'm sure you haven't had enough crafting just yet, have you? All right. So card base. Did I not fold a card? Oh, yeah, I did. There. Okay. So for this one, are we going to use Real Red in behind? Are we going to use Shaded Spruce in behind? Or are we going to use Old Olive in behind? So let's vote on that. So we've got three colors there: Shaded Spruce, Real Red, Shaded Spruce, or Old Olive. And I'll pop that insert in while you're voting. Judith says, haha, guilty of bloopers, but as stampers, there's always a way to fix it. Correct. I'm going to fix it because you're going to see how I'm going to fix it. I'm not going to waste it. All right, so we have that one for the inside there. Old Olive, Real Red, Shaded Spruce. Okay, so we've got two for Real Red, one for Old Olive, and one for Shaded Spruce. 3 for Real Red, 4 for Real Red. You like the red, girls? Okay, it looks like red it is. All right. So let's do Real Red. Real Red seems to be the winner. All right, so we've got Real Red there. And that can go on the front. And that is card number 4. Will we do a 5th one? Will we use my blooper? Okay, so there you go. Card number 4, stamp, inks, and paper. That is all we've used. All right. So we can't let this go to waste, can we? Simply can't let this go to waste. All right. So I need to grab my paper trimmer because it's the wrong size. Oh, actually, no, it's all right. I'll leave it that way. That's fine because it'll just have a bigger border. It's all good. Okay. Margaret says, why not? I have to use the blooper, Doris. Yep. All right. So let's pop that aside. All right. So we'll grab another white card base. And it's just all the more bonus for anyone that places the order and gets the card class kit. You're going to get an extra card. So you're going to get 5 cards. Okay, so we have that. So what I think is I will bring back in my piece mat and my scrap piece of paper. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do that on the other side as well. So we're going to grab those inks out again. So we've got Shaded Spruce, and we'll do some more like this. That. Okay. We will do Night of Navy. And and that little one there, there, and there. Okay, that will do. We'll grab our real red and our berries. And the beauty of this one, is I've got part of the front done already. All right, so we've got that. We've got Mossy Meadow with the other leaf. So we'll do a couple of little ones poking up through there, and then I'm going to stamp off, and we'll do some others there and there. We might do another one stamped off there. And I feel like I need another one of those Night of Navy ones with the berries. I feel like there's something missing over here. So I'm just going to add another little one of those. We can pop him up through there. And we'll grab the real red berries. Like that. Okay, so now I'm just going to grab a really nice sentiment to go in the middle here. So we will do I feel like I want to do one of those. I'm going to do this one out of here. So we did, what did we do on that one? Christmas greetings, Christmas wishes. I'm going to do seasons greetings. I'm going to use out of the leaves of holly, the seasons greetings, because I feel like I want a bigger sentiment there. Why not? Okay. And I'm going to do that one in, I'm going to do it in Night of Navy, just for something different. Seasons greetings. They're like that. Okay. All right. So, people, what color base are we going to put under this one? Old olive. Come on, we've got to change away from the real red. Old olive, real red, or shaded spruce. Let's vote. And while we're voting, I will grab an insert and we will stamp an insert. Okay. Oops, that's the insert. Yeah, I do have to cut it down. That's right, I do have to cut that down, but that's okay. I haven't got Night of Navy out. Old olive, spruce. Okay, so I've got 2 for olive, 3 for old olive, 4 for old olive, shaded spruce. I think old olive's winning. I think we're going to do old olive. I've got to cut it down though. So that's one thing I'm going to do. I just grab my paper trimmer. Okay, so I'm going to take 1/8 of an inch off. I might take it off this side, that way, and 1/8 of an inch off maybe the top. There. Okay, now we've got it the right size. Will work. I think old olive is what we're going to do. I know, Doris, because I'm using Stampin' inks and paper. Doris has said that she can't believe it. I've done the whole video and not used any ribbon or embellishments. Can you believe that? But I can show you what I'm going to do. So we've got that. We're going to do old olive. So we've got to stamp an insert now. So we've got that for the front. So we now have to stamp our insert. Let's get rid of all of those. Oh. Okay, so let's bring in our pierce mat again. The pierce mat's definitely getting a workout today. All right, so now we'll stamp. Okay, see now I've got Night of Navy open. We'll stamp that. Now I'm going to do it the right way this time. All right, so I'm just going to stamp that. I'm then going to grab my real red. Susan's saying, are you feeling okay? Detox from bling. I know. I'm going to bling it up. I seriously can't cope with without bling, so I will bling them up and I'll show you what I'm going to do. I'm not going to use ribbon though, believe it or not. I'm not going to use ribbon. Okay, shaded spruce and that one. I'm seriously not going to use ribbon. I know you're probably thinking she is definitely not well. If this is the first time you've watched me, everyone knows I love ribbon. I love ribbon and I love bling and I love glimmer. I love it all. And so for me to go back to simple stamping is definitely a hard thing for me to do. But, you know, there's simple stampers out there that want to see stamping that's easy. All right, so I've just done a little bunch of what we've done on the front, just in that corner, and I think that's totally enough to be able to pop into that card. Cynthia saying, thank you. I was thinking no bling. I mean, how can we do crafting with no bling? Exactly. But, you know, there's some people out there that like that simple crafting, but I'll show you how we're going to bling it up. And I want to show people exactly why we use bling and how much it changes our cards. All right, so we have that one. I'm then going to glue that one on. So I haven't used bling and I haven't used dimensionals either. That's amazing. Or die cuts. So there you go. Simple stamping. I wanted to strip back to the basics and do some nice simple stamping. So there you go. Card number 5. And I didn't waste that card by stamping the wrong way, because there's never any mistakes in crafting. We can definitely do something with our mistakes and move on. And so I'm just going to bring in all of those cards that we've done today, and I'm just going to change the whole look of them all. Are you ready? So we've done, so the first one that we did was our snowflake one. And then of course we did our, did we do this one next? I think we did that one next. The decorated with happiness. Then I think we used the holly one. And then we did these two with the Christmas banners. So now I'm going to show you exactly how nice these cards can look with a tiny, tiny little bit of bling. And it doesn't have to be over the top. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change the look of our snowflake one with just some simple rhinestones. Are you ready? You knew I couldn't go without bling, didn't you? So simple, easy, stepping it up by just adding a little tiny bit of bling. Okay, all I did, 3 rhinestones, and doesn't that look different? Oh, thank you, Cynthia. Cynthia says I'm such an inspiration, and I'm so glad that you think that way. All right, so on this one here, I'm going to use some simple rhinestones again. So we can do a combination of rhinestones here that we can just pop a couple just here and maybe one up in the trees. Yeah, one up there. And there you go. All blinged up, looking gorgeous. So a pack of rhinestones and you can have it looking good. Or for these ones, I'm going to bring in the gorgeous festive pearls, because the festive pearls go absolutely stunning with these cards. So this one here, I'm going to use some nice little red ones to go with our red berries. A couple around there. This one here, I'm going to use some gorgeous gold ones. So just to bling it up even better. Okay, simple, but so much better. And this one here, I'm going to use some silver ones. So we can pop some silver ones just around 3 of them. And there you go. It looks totally different again. So there you go with them blinged up. Now, isn't it better with bling? I just have to say, So much better with some bling. What do you think? So that was my fun crafty session. I wanted to show you that you can get back to basics. You can definitely get back to basics and really, really make some gorgeous Christmas cards. Very quick, very easy. And for the basic beginner, you can see that these cards are definitely achievable. So Sue saying you always need bling. And it is so true. I mean, like when it comes to crafting, if we can't bling it up and have it look absolutely gorgeous, then we want our recipients to absolutely love and fall in love with our cards. So as you can see, simple is sometimes still very striking and very easy. So as I said, this is an easy, quick Christmas card class. So I'm running it as a class. The way you get access to this class is to be able to place an order of $50 or more through my online store. Now, if you place an order of $50 or more through my online store before the end of October, you will get all of the supplies, so the card bases, the layers, the inserts, to be able to create these gorgeous cards all packed up in a kit. And I will also email you some instructions of some cutting instructions to work out how to do your layers properly. And that is my gift to you, sent out absolutely free of charge. But you need to use the host code link down in the show more box down below on YouTube or in the description of this video on Facebook. Now, all of the supplies, the bundles that I have used, they are all actually supplied. The supply list is all in the show more box down below as well. So if you wanted to purchase any of these bundles, if you fell in love with any of them, by all means, you can click onto my online store. So for anyone that purchases over $150, I will send you a free pack of embellishments. So that offer is only until the end of October, so the 31st of October. So for any online orders from today's date, which is the 27th, so you have 4 days, people. And don't forget that starter kit special. Like, honestly, you get $283 worth of product, and you only get and you only pay $169, and it gets delivered to your door freight free. So you could get so many things. And as you've seen, you could get a couple of different stamp sets. You could probably get the whole 4 stamp sets that I have used today, some cardstock, some ink, and some paper, and you are good to go, and a block, and you are good to go to recreate these cards. So so the joining special is a really, really good special as well. So that is on until the end of October as well. So you get to choose $283 worth of product of your own choice, and you pay $169 delivered to your door. I would love to invite you to my Wild Heart Crafters team. We're awesome bunch of girls. And as you can see, these are the cards that we created in our team meeting last night. Whoops, that way. Last night. It's very hard looking at a camera. But as you can see, we created some really, really great fun Christmas cards, and that was actually just in our team meeting. So our team meeting is a great way to get together with a crafty community. And one thing about joining Stampin' Up is you're guaranteed a discount right now until the end of April 2023 if you join right now. So it's super. It doesn't matter how much you spend, you are going to enjoy a 20% discount guaranteed until the April 2023. So if you're thinking about it, you can jump on and give me a call. My phone number is in the show more box down below. Please feel free to give me a call if you have any questions that you may want to ask about. I'm always here to help. Okay. Until next time, everybody, have a lovely day. Enjoy your crafting, and I will see you all again same time next Thursday. Here, next Thursday here at 8 a.m. Queensland time, 9 a.m. New South Wales time, and whatever time it is in any other state. Okay. Until next time.